Hey everyone, it's Jody here with Wild Home Educator. I'm going to give you guys a brief overview of what the new art appreciation from Beautiful Feet looks like. I have not used Beautiful Feet in the past, so this will kind of be our first go around with something from Beautiful Feet. I'm thinking of adding more of their curriculum to my homeschool. Here's an introduction and the teacher's guide, a little bit about nudity in art, and various resources that you can use alongside, and then it jumps right into the different time periods, starting with prehistoric, and it goes all the way through to modern times. In each lesson, you're going to read a bit from the book of artists, and then there's going to be different activities for each lesson. So you're going to read, you're going to have some discussion questions that were really thoughtful, and just talking about art and different things about each art piece that you're looking at. And then there's a play section, which includes various art projects and fun hands-on activities. There's going to be a little bit of notebooking in your art history notebook. There's also some recipes included. There down at the bottom, you'll see a little QR code that will link you to various resources, such as website links or different things about a certain artist or time period that you're discussing. And I really love the activities in this teacher guide. Just so many fun, thoughtful questions and activities. You definitely might want to have, a kit of art supplies on hand for this, because there's lots of art projects woven throughout. So I think you could really, use this as an art curriculum as well, given that there's so many art projects. So you're going to want things like colored pencils and watercolor paper around for this and to use. And just a lot of fun. I like how there's also some artworks included in the teacher's guide to kind of show you some of the artists that you'll be talking about in that given lesson. Some of them are a little bit shorter, some of them are a little bit longer. I like that too, because some days you need a briefer lesson, some days you really want to dive in. I love those Modrion cookies. I can't wait to make those. And that's about it for the teacher's guide. Of course, the teacher's guide is really needed in Beautiful Feet, because that's where your lesson is going to be at. Next up is your book of artists. This is a fairly thick book. I love how colorful it is. It would make a great coffee table book. So you'll have the introduction there. The time periods correspond with what's in the teacher's guide. A little bit of an intro talking about why look at art. Goes from prehistoric all the way up to modern times. There's a lot of art history, a vocabulary woven throughout, and just art terms that you're going to want to know when studying and looking at art. This curriculum is designed to be for grades 5 through 12, and it's about 64 lessons that you're supposed to do once a week for a 2-year study. I think if you had some older children that you were working with, you could maybe double up and complete it in a year for an art history credit. It would definitely be adequate for that. I like how they have little artists and thinker quotes woven throughout the book, and just lots of pieces of art from each time period so that you can kind of get a rounded view of what that time period was like, including some sculpture. So I think this would be fun to do with younger students and older students. I have a 6th grader that I'm going to do this with, just to kind of familiarize her with art history. And oftentimes people say, well, why even study art history with children? And I think once they start studying world history and just diving more deeply into history topics, I think art history is a great addition to that, because although, art is always fun for kids, but then you're getting more about what the culture was like and what the time period that you're studying is like, and less about, rulers and wars and dates. So I think it kind of gives you that cultural enrichment of each time period, and just really what people's thoughts were like, what major thinkers were thinking, because art history, art time periods usually kind of go along with that. And there in the back, you'll see they have like a glossary of terms. And you have your American artists and African American artists towards the back. There's even some Japanese art woven throughout, and Spanish art, which I think is great, because sometimes those are skimmed over a bit in art history curriculums. So just really beautiful book. I love how vibrant the photographs are. Sometimes sometimes book printing of paintings don't usually have that vibrancy, so sometimes they don't quite match the colors they do when you see a painting in person. I would say that's definitely not true with this book. It is really nicely printed. I was really impressed with it, especially as a person that has a lot of art history books. I mean, these photographs that are just beautiful and vibrant, and I can't wait to look at it with the kids. So next up is your little art history book. There's not a whole lot to look at here because you're going to be filling it up. So there's pages to go along with each time period, and you're going to be jotting down your thoughts about different paintings. You're going to be writing your art history terms in here, your vocabulary, and there's a couple little activities that you'll be doing. There's a couple little art projects or drawing projects that are woven throughout. And it's just a really cool little notebook. I don't know about you guys, but I love having a cool notebook to go along with something, and nice quality paper. The cover's nice and soft. It's really cool. I did not get one of these for my younger child because I think we'll just do a little bit more of talking about paintings and looking at them. So I'll do a quick flip through the rest of it. And you'll see towards the back there's a little drawing assignment included. But I think my 6th grader will really enjoy notebooking with this and filling it up. Maybe we'll even post some little pictures in there, different things like that. So overall, I think this is a really great curriculum. I can't wait to look at it and do it with the kids. And next up, that's included in this is your art cards. So there's a big stack of them. Nice thick stack. And they're about 8 by 10. I like how they are numbered and include the artist on the back, because I don't know about you guys, but when I have a big stack of something, it gets shuffled around, and if it's not numbered, it's hard to tell, well, what goes with what time period and such. So I'm really glad they were thoughtful about that and then numbered them on the back. And these are such nice quality, super thick, really bright printing. You could definitely throw one of these in a frame for your schoolroom. I'm possibly going to do kind of like a little art history wall, so I'll have a little blip about our time period and hang up our art of the week that we can discuss. And just lots of great selections here. Coming from art history background, I really love the paintings that they chose for this curriculum and for the art cards. Big beautiful stack of art cards there. And just recapping, here's what's included: your teacher's guide, your book of artists, art cards, and notebook. This is a really cool art appreciation course from Beautiful Feet. Thanks for watching.